Superfoods have gotten a lot of attention in the most recent years. We've all heard about the benefits of goji berries or spirulina, but we often do not hear about the apple. Yet the benefits of the apple are undeniable, yet forgotten. And in this episode, we are going to revisit why Eve was right to eat the apple. Welcome back to the channel where we discuss everything health, healing, and higher consciousness information. And today we're going to be discussing the apple, the humble apple. And it's not going to be a normal video of the 7 or 10 benefits of the apple. You should know my videos by now. We're going to go into the chemistry of the apple. And you're saying, Alyssa, I don't want to know the science of an apple. Just tell me what's good for you. No, my job is to empower you. I want to educate you and inform you so you can have the knowledge and the decisions. This is my role. This is where I'm different than a medical practitioner. I don't want your power. My job is to empower you, and I can only do that through knowledge. And so we're going to go into a little bit of the chemistry, but don't worry, I'm going to make it fun, easy to digest and to absorb. And then later we're going to go into the direct benefits of an apple. But then you will see why those benefits are what they are. So to understand and appreciate the full benefits of an apple, we do have to understand a few things about the human body. We have to understand the importance of oxygen in the body, and we have to understand what our body is made up of, its building material. So to understand the importance of oxygen in the human body is crucial. Oxygen is our #1 nutrient. We could give our bodies the best nutrition in the world, but hold your breath for 10 minutes without oxygen and you're dead. We need oxygen not only to burn all of our metabolic waste, but we also need oxygen for every life and vital process for the cell. It is vital that the cell has oxygen. And so Otto Warburg actually won the Nobel Prize for discovering that no disease, including cancer, can exist in an alkaline environment. And there is nothing more alkaline forming, there is nothing more alkalizing than oxygen. How do we get oxygen into the body? Well, first, oxygen is brought into the body by the presence of iron and phosphorus. Iron and phosphorus combine together and they carry out oxygen to the cells. Other oxygen that's carried within the body is through beneficial acids that are carried within our body. There's about 300 to 400 beneficial acids that hold oxygen within our body. And one of these acids that contains 1/3 nascent oxygen is malic acid. And malic acid is found heavily within the apple. Malic acid is found heavily, particularly within the green or sour apple. Another thing that we do have to understand to appreciate the value of an apple is what our body is made up of. And you might say, Alyssa, I know what we're made up of. We're proteins, we're amino acids. Yes, we are all that, but before that, we are minerals. You hear me say this a lot because it's true. Our body is minerals. These are the foundational building blocks. So there was a chemist called Schessler that burned the body and evaluated the ash. And he found 12 primary minerals, or 12 primarily cell salts. And these are the true building blocks of what our body is made up of. And the apple contains 5 of these 12 cell salts, or 12 minerals. It contains 5 of those 12 building materials of the human body. And those 5 materials are phosphates. And phosphates are amazing because it's the phosphates that are the great tissue builders of the body. And these 5 phosphates are calcium phosphate, sodium phosphate, magnesium phosphate, iron phosphate, and potassium phosphate. So calcium phosphate is the great builder of bone in our body. Iron phosphate is the great carrier of oxygen in our body. Magnesium phosphate is the great builder of muscle in our body. Potassium phosphate is the great brain and nerve builder within our body. And sodium phosphate is the great alkalizer and stabilizer within their body. All of these are critical for the body. They are 5 of our body's main building materials, all contained within the apple. And if you want the full benefits of eating these salts, To a very large degree, these salts are contained right underneath the skin. So again, to get the full benefit of an apple, you should never peel an apple. You should just eat it as is. There are a lot of great and many benefits of an apple. Perhaps the greatest one is the nascent oxygen, because oxygen is a great purifier. It is a great cleanser. It is a great vitalizer. It is an antiseptic. It is a disinfectant. It is a respiratory expectorant, respiratory stimulant. It is a cardiac stimulant. It is a nerve stimulant. An apple is by far some of the very best fruit or herb, second to none. And with this oxygen, a sour apple or a green apple does contain the most iron, which means it does contain the most oxygen. And aside from the oxygen, there are many beneficial acids. These light and beneficial acids contained with the apple. Again, one of them being malic acid. And these acids neutralize the acidity within the body, particularly within the digestive tract. So this malic acid in the digestive tract neutralizes the acid in the stomach from putrefaction, from fermentation, the metabolic byproduct of what we have when we ingest meat. Well, this malic acid by digestion gives something called an alkaline carbonate. This changes the acid to something more alkaline. And this is how and why apples are truly the best antacids. This malic acid, the malic acid, is also very beneficial to the liver and the kidneys. And it can be made into a remedy with the juice to actually expel and break down these liver and these kidney stones that are sitting and housed within most people's bodies. And if you're asking about the sugar, I can hear it now. Oh, but what about the sugar? An apple's too high in sugar. Guys, have you not watched my videos by now? An apple contains simple sugar. It's pre-digested sugar. It's sugar that's ready and available for the blood to bring into the cells for energy. It's a simple sugar, remember? So this makes apples superior for people with blood sugar disorders. And to recap, now that we understand the science, we can understand and make sense of all the benefits that apples do give us. We can understand why apples are so anti-inflammatory. They are brain anti-inflammatory. They are nerve anti-inflammatory. They are anti-inflammatory for our colon. Because of the potassium phosphate, this makes them an excellent brain food. This feeds neurons and enhances electrical activity. This makes it great for anyone who has any neurological disorders, the potassium phosphate, or anyone looking to boost brain activity. So those people who are looking for the holy grail of supplements for a brain food, nothing is better than an apple. Apples also have a certain phytonutrient profile that's very specific that helps them detox heavy metals and radiation of the human body. Apples are also great cleansers. They are great purifiers. They aid and support the organs of elimination. They aid and support our lymphatic system, our liver, our kidneys, as well as colon. Apples are some of the best foods for colon cleansing. They contain pectin, which actually helps rid some of the microbes, these unbeneficial microbes that are sitting in the intestinal wall. They also help rid some of these toxic acids and these putrefied proteins that are hiding inside the pockets of the intestinal wall. This acts as a disinfectant and actually acts as an intestinal broom as well. And if you stew an apple, they have extremely laxative effects. Apples are also very alkalizing. They contain trace minerals that are very electrifying for the body, creating a lot of energy, and they are also very hydrating. And if you're asking me, Alyssa, if apples are so great, then why aren't they fixing me? Well, my answer to you is simple. It's what you stop doing. You don't complain about flushing the bad fluid in a car and then keep putting bad fluid into the body. So therefore, apples they cannot work their magic if you keep doing the things that are harming the human body. To fully get the benefits of an apple, or for anything for that matter, you need to stop doing what's injuring the human body. But I do have some good news. Just taking in 2 apples a day can highly reduce the risk of colon cancer, of prostate cancer, of breast cancer, and it can highly reduce the risk of stroke. So just by changing nothing and bringing 2 apples a day into your life can dramatically improve your health and your body. That's all today for this episode. It was a little bit different, but I still hope it was fun and engaging for you. I hope you learned something and why apples are truly, truly amazing for the human body, and why an apple a day does indeed keep the doctor away. You now have an understanding of the science of why that actually is that those doctors did not have during that day. So, as always, it was my blessing and honor to be connecting with you. If you liked today's video, please give me a like. And if you are in need of healing services, those are available on my website. I offer anything from healing programs to private consultations to health coaching. I do offer a free monthly webinar where you can get your questions answered for free. Take better care of yourself. Go and eat an apple. No one is going to do it for you. Have a wonderful day. Okay, that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was something very different, hopefully something fun. It did have a little bit of science in it, but I did hope you learned something. You now understand why a doctor